Oh. Hi. I want to talk to you today about the best way, in my opinion, to hit your dream number. It could be 10,000 a month, it could be 5,000, it could be 1,000. In any case, the strategy that I'm going to share in this video is the best way to get there. And it doesn't involve going viral. It doesn't involve sponsorships. It doesn't involve trying to game the algorithm. It doesn't involve affiliates or any of these things. And I'm going to explain why those are all pretty ineffective strategies for most people. And I was inspired to make this video because I was having a conversation with a guy the other day. He's got a reasonably sized channel. We were talking about maybe working together. I don't know what's going to happen there yet, but the goal for him was to make 10k a month, and he thought he was going to get there by doing affiliates. And when I was looking at the numbers, it didn't make sense, because when you're doing affiliate deals, you're selling other people's stuff, and so that's something, it's hard enough to sell anything, let alone sell other people's stuff. So because you're selling other people's stuff, it also means you're getting a tiny kickback instead of, pretty much all of the money from selling your own thing, as an example. So when we did the math, it just wasn't really feasible. And it kind of brought to my awareness this concept of value creation and how that relates to your own channel or your own social media or whatever. And what I've realized is the more people that watch your videos, the lower value your videos provide. And that's not mean, that's not saying you're bad if you get lots of views in a video. But what I'm saying is, if you have, let's just take a metaphor, if you have a piece of pie and one person has access to that pizza pie, it's a lot of value to that one person, a lot of energy, a lot of calories, a lot of flavor, enjoyment. Now, if you take that same pie and you give 100 people access to it, all of a sudden, each person accessing that pie, they're only going to get a little sliver, if even. Like a piece of pie usually only has like 8 slices. Of course, you can, change the size of the slice, but someone like Mr. Beast, or even like Peter McKinnon, or even someone like Dan Koe, they're offering really small pieces of pie. And I'm not saying that as if they're bad people or they're not valuable. They're incredible creators. They do wonderful things. But in terms of the offering, it's a tiny little piece of pie. So like Mr. Beast, his offering would be like AdSense or sponsorships, selling other people's things, right? So they give him a piece of the pie, and then he's giving you a piece of the pie. And so that pie has been passed around, and there's other people's saliva all over the pie, and it's just not really high value pie, right? And it's similar with someone like Peter McKinnon. His monetization is based on the amount of people watching his content. So it's sponsorships, it's affiliates, and on and on. And then if we even take Dan Koe sells courses at scale and different low ticket offerings, you could call it. So they're priced in the hundreds as opposed to the thousands, right? So I hope that makes sense. If you want to sell things that are low value, you need a lot of people in order to, get rid of all of the pie. So to come back to the best way for you to make, you know, a few thousand a month. We want just one or two people to get access to that pie. Okay? So this is really good news for you, because it means that you don't need lots of people. You don't need to go viral. You just need the right person who's looking for your pie at the right time. And the beauty of this approach is you can bake the pie in your own kitchen. And what I mean by pie at this point is the knowledge in your head. You can literally take it out and you can give it directly to somebody that wants that knowledge. So you're going to be providing some sort of transformation. You're going to be educating someone on the things that you have been spending your life learning about, implementing and practicing yourself. Okay, so for most people, you will have a skill of some sort. If you don't have a skill, you got to go learn a skill. So that's it. Like, this isn't a solution for you, sorry to say. But it can be in the not so distant future if you apply yourself and have the willingness to learn a skill that other people will find valuable. So once you have identified what that is, it's just about communicating to other people the knowledge that you have. And we do this through content creation. So for me, I have a lot of knowledge around content creation. I've been doing it for about 10 years. I've been storytelling, I've been capturing video, I've been making YouTube titles and thumbnails, social media ads for massive corporations, coaching people, educating people all around how to build their brand. So that's my pie that I bake for people and present to people. And while you're here, I also want to alert you that my mentorship, so this is my group coaching program all around building out your audience, building out your offer, and then effectively monetizing that in a fun, aligned way that doesn't involve silly, sleazy sales tactics and weird marketing jargon. I like to be very authentic about it. The doors are open again. So it's been closed for the last few weeks because it's just been at capacity. And now I'm opening it up again. So there's 5 spaces available. And if you want to come on board to have weekly, and I say weekly, it's actually twice a week, you get coaching calls with me and the other people in the group. And it's like a mini mastermind, actually, because some of the creators in there are, I dare say, they're better than me. They know so much. Between all of the people in there right now, there's about 1.5 million subscribers between everyone in there. So it's an incredible place to learn and grow and to actually practice and implement all of these things that I'm talking about here. So if you want to apply to join that group, you can click the link below. You can have a chat with myself or someone on my team and we'll see if it's a good fit. To be honest with you, we are selective because I want to keep the standard of creator in there pretty high so that everybody gets maximum benefit. And if that's something you're interested in, then you can just click that link and we'll have a conversation about that. So ultimately, what we're teaching there and what I was suggesting to this guy that I was on a call with is that you really need to become the source for the people that you're serving. Because otherwise you get diluted. And if the value is diluted, that means the money you get paid is diluted. You know, I've done sponsorships, I've done affiliate stuff, AdSense is always kind of rolling in the background, but the real people making money from those things, it's not the creator, it's the company that you're promoting. And the very nature of that is you make less and you need to put in way more effort. Seriously, there's no worse feeling than relying on your videos to get hundreds of thousands of views in order for you to be able to afford your bills. And to be transparent, for those of you that don't know, on average, if you wanted to make, let's say, $5,000 a month, you need to be pulling in about 1.5 million views. That's on average. It could be more or less depending on the RPM in the industry niche that you're in. But honestly, that's really tough to predictably forecast, because sometimes your channel is just not performing for one reason or another, and it's just a painful reality to be in, to not have that kind of sovereignty. So that's why I'm so big on just taking the knowledge in your head and literally just transferring it to someone else. So there's no fees being taken. Well, I guess, maybe when someone's wiring you money or paying via Stripe, there's a small fee that would be taken, but it's minimal compared to what a sponsor will take from you or what an affiliate will take from you for selling their stuff. Like an affiliate, you're going to get like 1% on a sale. So you can sell something for $2K and get $20, or you can sell something for $2K and keep $2K. I know which one I would prefer. So you are the source of your own abundance. And I want you to recognize that, and I want you to stop cutting yourself short by allowing your traffic to be stolen from these companies. I mean, there's all sorts of ads selling weird things on your videos right now. And it just doesn't have to be the only way that you're making a buck, So I hope that you have the courage to acknowledge you have a lot of value to share, my friend. And I know a lot of people don't realize that, or they don't believe that, for two reasons. One, because that's how I felt a few years ago. That's how I felt. I was too afraid to pick something that I could help people with, because I maybe didn't believe I could help, or maybe I was afraid if I picked one thing that I wouldn't have all of the options in the world. To be brutally honest with you, having all of the options in the world, usually people with that approach are broke, just like I was. Just like so many creators with a lot of viewers and a lot of subscribers are fairly broke, because 1 month AdSense just doesn't seem to take off as it usually does, and then what do? You're panicking. You're like, is this it? So believe in yourself enough to create your own offer, to package that and present that to your audience, because some people are going to want to buy it if you're mindful of how you approach it. So like, obviously you need to do the research, you need to package things, you need to create the offer, you need to kind of market effectively around it all. But once you do that, it's quite straightforward. It's just about building demand, raising awareness, and then delivering on the service, which is usually the easiest part for creators, because you've been cultivating a skill set for so long and sharing all of this free knowledge in your videos. So yeah, if you need any help with that, as I said, my mentorship is open again, and there's 5 slots available. So if you literally want me to hold your hand through that with a group of other creators doing the exact same thing, then the opportunity is there for you. In the meantime, you should check out this video next if you want to learn more about my approach to monetization, offer creation, all of that, because a lot of other people have found this valuable. All right. Have a beautiful day in any case, and I'll see you in the next video.